I am an American artist. I live in Paris. And the project is called Liminal Square, Portraits from Kiev. They are portraits of people who participated in the revolution, most recent revolution in Ukraine, on the barricades in central Kiev. The history of Ukraine and Russia are so intertwined. And in my heritage, it's intertwined as well. I'm both Ukrainian and Russian, but I'm also American. When I was there, it was cold, wintry, gray, foggy, and so the pictures in general have that atmosphere. And to me, it was also just luck that it was foggy then, but it felt very appropriate to the subject. This is almost kind of coming out of a certain kind of fog, coming out of a past. The debris that's behind them and that they're kind of in front of it. The colors that really become very prominent and visible when everything else is kind of grayed and dark. So the picture with the columns, for example, and the tires, that's from in front of the football stadium. And it's right in the center of town, and the football stadium had been completely burned as well. And just this, it's one of those moments, for a photographer, it's one of those moments that you just kind of dream about. In the midst of all of this kind of gray, black tires, burnt out columns and things like that, there's a bright green tire. And that's just one of, to me, it's those moments that really kind of maybe like pinpoint a moment of hope inside of this destruction. That's something that destruction maybe also comes about, renewal comes about through a certain type of destruction as well.
Really bad echoes of the Cold War happening right now in Ukraine, where there are now.
In Zaporozhye last night, the police struggling, at times failing to regain control.
It was the first time that I felt that I was in an environment where what I was seeing happening on the ground was completely different than what I was hearing in the news. That the news was talking about, and this was even in the BBC, even in the Western media, that there was a lot of stress placed on nationalists, and that there were this revolution was led by fascists, and that's the discourse that Russia has for sure to justify what they're doing. But I didn't feel that at all. I never felt unsafe.
Dialogue must be the only tool in ending this crisis.
What utopia is something that it might be, but it's part of its definition is also that something that can't actually exist, and so it's almost trying to get this moment of something that doesn't actually exist, this society that doesn't really exist, that it can't actually exist, almost as if I could document that moment.